The House will vote today on whether to hold Attorney General Merrick Garland in contempt of Congress.
House Republicans are seeking the vote after the Justice Department denied subpoenas for Garland to turn over audio recordings from special counsel Robert Hur's interview with President Biden. Stay with me over his handling of classified documents.
CBS News congressional correspondent Nikole Killion joins us now with the latest. So, Nikole, why are Republicans choosing to move forward with this right now, and what happens next?
Well, of course, we saw the Attorney General on the Hill just last week, but Republicans are and continue to be incensed that the Attorney General didn't turn over those recordings of that interview between Special Counsel Robert Hur and President Biden over his handling of classified documents. They believe the Attorney General is stonewalling, and they believe that he defied this congressional subpoena that requested these recordings. Now, the Attorney General, for his part, told lawmakers just last week that, yes, he views contempt as a serious matter, but he does not see a legislative purpose to turning over these tapes. Furthermore, he argues executive privilege was exerted or invoked over them, and he worries that this could compromise future investigations. So for that reason, he has no intention of turning these recordings over. Also, worth noting that lawmakers already have a transcript of this recording, even though they argue that they feel there could be some discrepancies between what's in that transcript and what may be on the recording, which is why they want to hear it. But that being said, House Republicans are forging ahead nonetheless because they feel that in defying this subpoena, that merits them moving forward with this contempt resolution.
And Nikole, based on everything you've just laid out, it's evident that nothing unites House Republicans like going after a Biden administration official. Is this also kind of a test of House Speaker Mike Johnson's leadership and his ability to sway a narrow House majority?
Well, certainly the Speaker has made clear, particularly after the conviction of former President Trump, that he has this three-pronged approach to dealing with matters involving the Justice Department, and has already directed some House committees to look at ways potentially to defund some federal law enforcement agencies in other ways besides just their, short of their critical mission. So, that is part of the Speaker's strategy. But that being said, this has largely been led by Chair Jim Jordan, who, of course, held that very contentious hearing with the Attorney General just last week, and also comes as, of course, House Republicans kind of continue this impeachment inquiry into President Biden. And so to them, this is just kind of advancing their cause. But again, for Democrats, they primarily just see this as political theater and an attempt on the part of Republicans to try to politically exploit the situation. Take a listen to what the Speaker said earlier today to reporters.
We have to defend the Constitution. We have to defend the authority of Congress. We can't allow the Department of Justice, an executive branch agency, to hide information from Congress. We have important oversight responsibilities, and that is what is being pursued here.
So there were some questions as to whether or not the House may have the votes to move forward with contempt, but the Speaker did indicate that he feels that there is the support. We have already seen this clear a procedural hurdle earlier today. So at this point, Republicans forging ahead in spite of opposition from the other side.
All right, Nikole Killion, we appreciate the update. Thank you.